Good morning, everyone. It's Jill, and I'm here in the church in Classroom D, just hanging out. And I wanted to talk to you this morning about 2 Samuel 15. This is the chapter in David's life where his son Absalom betrays him. Absalom actually sat at the city gates for 4 years planning this. He was greasing the palms of the men of Israel and making promises and to get support and gain support of men in the kingdom. And so then finally he declares himself king, and the people king him over Hebron, a city in Israel. And obviously, David is just devastated. He is unaware that this was happening, it catches him by surprise. So there's a couple of things that David did that really stood out to me in this chapter. And the first of those is that David takes his people and gets them to safety. He's thinking about other people. He has his mind on the safety of the people. He could have called an army to go to battle with Absalom. He could have gone after him himself. He's a warrior. He doesn't fear battle. And rightfully so. He's won over and over again through the years. So David could have easily taken matters into his own hands physically, but he didn't. And he quickly moves the people out of the city and onto safety. The second thing that he does is that he makes a plan. He thinks clear, and he knows that he needs to keep track of what Absalom's doing and what's going on in the city. And so he actually he sends people back that are loyal to him and plants them in Absalom's kingdom or council or wherever they're at. And those folks are going to report back to David and help him to keep apprised of the situation, keep on top of it, let him know what's going on. And those folks were all loyal to David and willing to do that. The third thing that he does, and I think this is the thing that really checks my heart and makes me examine my life, is that he prays and intercedes for Absalom and the people. He prays for their safety, the people's safety. He prays that they would be unharmed during this. But he also prays that Absalom would be restored and that he would have repentance. And even though this is a really difficult situation, this is his son who's betrayed him. And this is something he's been planning for a long time. So the deceit was there and growing over years and years. But David still has the heart of a father. He still has a heart after God, and we see that. We see now why God tells us that and calls David that, a man after God's own heart. He just really trusted the Lord in this situation, as difficult as it was. And as close as this was, a wound from a family or a close friend is always so hurtful. And so that just called me to remember and to be aware and to think about and process how I respond to things. And do I really trust the Lord in those difficult situations, even when they're close to me? And I hope that I do. And I hope that I can trust him to right those things in my life. So that's all I have for you today. We'll see you on Sunday. Hope you have a great rest of your week.